When my son told me I wasn't welcome at his house for Christmas, I didn't argue. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I didn't even ask why. I just smiled, nodded, and left. But the truth is, inside me, something cracked. That smile wasn't real. It was a mask of a man who had just been told by his own flesh and blood that he wasn't good enough to sit at his table. I raised that boy. I worked nights, sacrificed my health, skipped meals so he could have more than I ever did. I gave him not only my money, but my heart. And now he was shutting the door in my face because his wife whispered that I was an embarrassment. I got in my car and drove, but the whole way home my mind spun like a storm. Hurt, anger, betrayal, and under all of it, resolve. I realized he thought he had the power to erase me. He thought I was disposable. But I wasn't powerless. I had built more, knew more, and had more connections than he could ever imagine. If he wanted me gone, then I'd give him exactly that, while taking everything he thought made him untouchable. That night, I made one phone call. Just one. By New Year's, their mortgage was gone. The house they loved to show off, the one filled with decorations I was never invited to see, was no longer theirs. And that was only the first stone I pulled from the foundation. See, I wasn't always this cold. I was a father who bent over backwards, who gave love when I had nothing else. But my son mistook kindness for weakness. His arrogance, fueled by a wife who wanted me erased, made him believe I was irrelevant. That arrogance was about to cost him everything. Piece by piece, I dismantled his life. His shiny car, repossessed. That cushy job he bragged about, I made sure his boss learned about the little adjustments he made on his time cards. His circle of friends, the ones who smirked at me like I didn't belong, I whispered just enough truths in the right ears. They didn't need much convincing. One by one, they vanished, leaving him alone in the echo of his pride. And every step I watched, not with joy, but with a grim satisfaction. Because this wasn't about money or revenge for its own sake. It was about respect. It was about showing him that blood is not something you throw away like trash. When he said, "You're not welcome," he thought he was closing a door. What he didn't realize was that he had opened the gates of war. And unlike him, I knew how to finish what I started. By spring, the perfect picture cracked wide open. His wife, the one who cheered when I was cast out, packed her bags the second the bills piled up and the comforts vanished. His friends? Silent. The job? Gone. The car? Gone. The house? Gone. And finally, my son, the boy who once thought he stood taller than me, came crawling back. Not for money, not for favors, but with tears in his eyes and a voice that trembled when he whispered, "Dad, I'm sorry." I let him sit there in silence. I wanted him to feel the weight of his choices pressing down, to understand the cost of arrogance. And when he finally broke, when he admitted the truth that he had been wrong, I gave him the only thing I had left to give, forgiveness. But only after he learned that respect is earned and arrogance is punished. Justice had been restored. If you enjoyed this story and want more tales where karma strikes back harder than anyone expected, don't forget to subscribe to Revenge Twist, where every ending is colder, sharper, and more satisfying than the last.